I'm your host, Kenneth Clark, and you guys are listening to another fun episode of the Sports Exclusive podcast. So, I guess kind of back down memory lane. I often talk about my youth and my upbringing and, how I got the chance to spend 3 or 4, give or take, special years in the South, right? Beaumont, Texas, to be exact. And when I say special, I don't take it lightly because, it shaped me to be the person that you guys see here today. So I learned a lot about sports. I had a lot of great experiences. I met a lot of great people. And one of those people, to be more specific, was a man by the name of Coach Dotson, Kevin Dotson, a.k.a. Uncle D. And he took me under his wing, right? He coached me as a football player, coached me as a young man, just the consummate father figure type of guy. Would pick me up and drop me off from practice and school and things of that nature, right? So now, quick sidebar. This isn't about me, right? This isn't the Kenneth Clark origin story. You guys have heard enough about that, especially anybody that's been with me since the break room breakdown. Now, during these car rides, oftentimes in the back seat, there was a young man strapped in a car seat. He was usually back there, knocked out sleep, coming from daycare. His name was Kayde. His name is Kayde Dotson, right? This is Uncle D, Coach Dotson's son. And, I guess time goes by really fast because fast forward to now, this young man has matured into a very talented basketball player, right? In the Beaumont, Texas area. He has helped lead his team on 3 different state championship runs. I know they won 2, lost 1. And this is the newly formed Beaumont United Timberwolves, a newly formed team, right, in the 409 area. So not only that, but Kayde is really kind of established himself as the next name to come out of that area. For anyone that knows, we talk about Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins, and then we have like another kid playing for the Memphis Grizzlies, Kenny Lofton Jr., right? So the 409 is consistently putting out talent, and Kayde's kind of putting his name in the hat as the next guy coming out. But I wanted to bring him and his father on, and I wanted to talk a little bit about his growth up until this point, and then talk about what the future holds. So I got these 2 gentlemen on, and let's see what they got to say.
Appreciate you for having us.
Nah, thanks for coming on. Like I said, I Kayde, I know it's treacherous right now. I know you got practice. School's over, right? School just ended. You in summer?
Yeah, school's over with.
Yeah, but now the school is over. It's like 100% basketball, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of times a day.
Nah, most definitely. So, okay, so kind of jumping anything. This is the thing, and I've asked Coach D about this oftentimes. I've tracked your progress throughout the years. Even though you don't know much about me, I've always been there watching. We know this man played. He's a football player mainly. I know he played different sports, but he was a pretty talented defensive tackle at Westbrook, right? And then football coach. And what made you choose basketball? Like, what made you lean the basketball way? And when did you decide to go that direction full bore?
Honestly, growing up, football was always my favorite sport, but I was always bigger, stronger than everybody, so it took about 4 or 5 people to tackle me, and after all them bodies hitting me like this, it started to add up, and I started getting injuries after injuries. And during quarantine, when I got to high school, it was kind of hard playing 2 sports, so I just stuck with basketball, and it worked out for me so far.
Oh, that's good. I mean, you got to make a decision. but Coach Dotson will tell you, I'll be like, yeah, it's Kayde. He's playing football because I seen you had some, he's getting some size on you. So, no, that's good. So, okay. So you decided to go basketball. So you would say you probably committed to playing more basketball your freshman year?
Yeah, freshman year, that's when I cut out football and I just locked in on basketball.
Okay. So, okay. So let's jump into the specifics. Okay. So, I've went ahead. I've made sure I've done all my research. So I know now you're mainly a point guard, right? You've transitioned to the point guard position. And you haven't always played point guard, right? Where you was mainly a shooting guard or a small forward before?
I guess you could say a small forward. It was more of a get the ball and score a basket.
Right. I mean, I guess we could say basketball as a whole, but especially in high school, it's positionless.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So how was that transition for you? Because, point guard is a very, I don't want to say, I can say it unselfish. You got to think about everybody else. It's not just about you. So how was it making that transition, and like, what were some of the things that you had to work on?
Really just being a smaller guy. Started off really tall, but as the years came, a lot of people started passing me. So now being, about a 6'2" guard, you can't just, on a good team, you can't just shoot all the shots. They want taller dudes shooting the shots to win. So, and I'm already more of a pass first kind of guy anyway. I like to get my guys involved. So just working on my ball handle, my vision, it kind of just helped out for me. And getting a lot of scholarships now, it just helped out for me.
I mean, and that's good. I guess it's funny you say a 6'2" guard, but that's probably, I guess now that's like the normal height for an NBA.
Yeah, basketball turns now.
Right. So, I would say you're right on par. But okay. So that was your ultimate transition for guard. How was it? Was it any growing pains? So like the first year you played, I want to say was what, your sophomore year?
Oh, yeah. It took a lot of growing pains, having a lot of turnovers and my coach getting on me. But, eventually by the end of the season, I was much better at it. And now I got it to the T.
So what would you say is the strongest part of your game right now? Is it passing? Is it scoring? Are you a great defender? How would you describe your game?
I'm going to definitely say defense and shoot. I'm known for a shooter, but I'm also known for defense. I like to go 94 feet, get up at you. So I'm going to say defense.
All right, now, a lot of people talk that 94 feet till it's time to you run into a Kyrie type of guy, somebody that can really handle the ball. No, that's good though. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just chime in real quick. I'm gonna say his biggest attribute to me is just he's a winner. It doesn't matter what's asked for. If he got to guard the best player, if he got to bring the ball up, if he got to hit a shot, whatever it takes is kind of how I look at it. Him, he just wants to win. His freshman year in the state championship game, I don't think he scored a point, but he's out there rebounding the ball, one of the best rebounders that whole playoff run. In terms of, doing whatever it takes and guarding the best player. So, sophomore year, you got to handle the ball and distribute it and get, his playmakers involved. He don't really care about nothing, personal. As long as at the end of it, we have one more point than the other one, that's all that matters to him.
And you know what? I would say that's impressive, especially as a young guy, because Uncle D, you say it all the time, especially in basketball. We get a lot of these kids who even guys that were in high school when I was there, who could give you 30, 40 points. But if you're selfless, and first of all, you focus on defense, everybody want to play defense in today's basketball. You focus on defense, that'll carry you a lot further, in my opinion. So, okay, so this is the big question. I ain't gonna lie, this is what I had to wonder, because I had a lot of friends during my time in Beaumont, guys that were good at basketball, and they were rock stars at school. So here you are, Kay, right? And this is more of a question for Uncle D. So, you've been an impact player on 2 state championships, right? And I know you guys just had the recent one that you went to. You were essentially, I guess, the number 1 or number 2 option. You were one of the main guys.
Yeah.
So, Coach, how have you helped him through this process? You got college recruitment heating up, right? So colleges starting to send you letters and invite you to things, and that's just one area, right? And then you got to deal with your peers, right? Your friends, we got the girls. That's a component of it. So, Coach D, Uncle D, how have you steered him through this process and kind of help him stay focused on improving and kind of handling that spotlight that's come with that success? Because it's a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a lot, but it's really easy. I mean, because Kayde is the type of kid that, and I'm not just saying it because we're on the phone with you or the podcast. I'm just saying it in general because this is who he is. When I wake up in the morning at 5:15, I literally have to go look in his room to see if he's in there. to know if I need to cook him some breakfast, because I cook breakfast every morning for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But usually most of the time he's already gone. He's already been picked up. He's already at the gym. He's already getting his shots on. So, keeping him focused or keeping him driven is one of the easiest things, to me, because he's one of those kids, like I told you, man, he really care about winning. And if it means he got to wake up and sacrifice some time to get some shots in, get some work in, he's willing to do it, whether it be in the morning time or, late. Now the girls and the recruiting thing, I just tell them,
Yeah.
the same, just stay focused. There's a place for everything. There's a time when everything's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no need to necessarily jump into the first thing or jump at something too fast. When in doubt, you can always come to daddy and talk to me. You can always pray on it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, what I got to say and what the Lord got to say might not be the same, but hey, it's just
hey, look,
that's a part of life.
No, I feel you. Right. So, okay. So you would say, if I were to paraphrase it, he's a self-starter.
Right. He really is. I mean, he's always been that way. No matter what it is, I like coaching him growing up. I've always said that I like a Swiss Army knife that when you look down there, do I got something that can fix something or, make it work? And he's the type of kid that if he feels that he had a bad shooting game, he's going to be in the gym getting extra shots up. If he feels watching film that he made a bad play or didn't make the right decision, he's going to be in the gym working on that. So, him being dedicated and driven, man, that's the easiest thing in the world with this kid right here. I've been coaching this thing for a while, and some kids,
they don't have it.
Got to work a little bit harder at it.
Right.
And some kids, just, hey, God is just made them different, just cut a lot different.
I'll ask you this, Kayde. So how was it growing up having your dad coach you? Was that was that difficult, or was that something that you guys, I mean, I know he's a sports guy. Was it just, were y'all easy to manage it, or were there times where, okay, you got dad and you got coach? How was that?
I see some people it's harder for others, but for me, it really wasn't too hard. I mean, I may have looked at him different. I may have had disagreements with him, being a coach and a dad, but it always been easier for me, more beneficial. He, being a high school coach, he have this and that, and he have more connects, more keys to the gym, all of that. So it really was more beneficial to me, and him coaching me, I really liked it. I mean, he pushed me. I don't really like a soft coach, and he always pushed me. He always got me to where I needed to be. He didn't just be soft on me because I was his kid, or just be too hard on me because I was his son. He always just treated me like a regular player and treated all his players like his kids. So, it was always cool with me.
Pretty good process. No, it's good.
Kenny, I used to always tell him as a kid that being a coach's kid, you can't make it close. Because somebody going to say, hey, playing because his daddy the coach.
Oh, yeah.
So as a coach's kid, you got to outwork everybody. You got to be the last one. You got to be the first one. You can't leave any doubt for anybody to say, oh, he's playing because of favoritism. They got to say he's playing because he's good.
Oh, yeah. Not and go ahead.
I'm saying, so I think, just saying that as a kid, putting it in his head is just, just kind of stuck.
And that's good because, once again, you and me, we've seen enough of that, right? We definitely know situations where it definitely is the truth. So, it's good that you're able to stand out on your own and stuff like that and, kind of make a name for yourself. So, okay, so then I do want to ask more when looking at your career, right? So, looking at Beaumont United, which I'm proud because Beaumont United has only been around, 5 years?
Yeah, I think this going on the 6th year, I believe.
That's crazy, right? So, okay, you guys defeated Dallas Kimball in 2021. Am I right? Right, and then Beaumont before that, Beaumont hadn't won another state championship since Kendrick Perkins and Coach Rito, right? Those guys, and then so you guys make history there, and then you guys go right back and you beat Mansfield. Right? So that's 2. And then obviously you guys just went to the third one. How does it feel that one, this is a new school. You're writing your own legacy, right? You're making your own history at Beaumont United. How does that feel?
It honestly feels amazing because I didn't really know the history until we started winning, and then you start hearing more and more about it. Just knowing that what me and this team have done in the last 2-3 years, it's amazing knowing that I'm a big part of it. You know, just seeing the celebrations when we come home, even when we lost, like the celebrations, knowing that the things that we've done for the city, they haven't seen it ever. They seen it once with Perk, but they haven't really seen it ever. So, just being a big part of it, getting the praise, it's really amazing going in the history books and still having the opportunity to go one more. So I can continue the dynasty while I'm here. I'm definitely going for it.
And just think about this 10 years from now, because once again, I went to, I know this is like, I know this is like taboo to mention the name, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it because it's my podcast. I went to Beaumont United. So, when I went there, obviously people still talked about Kendrick Perkins and that team that won. So 15 years from now, they're going to be kids talking about, hey, y'all remember Kayde Dotson and what's the kid that is playing in Houston now, Terrence Arsenal, and all these, like, people are going to be talking about you guys in the same light as guys were talking about Kendrick Perkins when I was there. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, okay. You lost the 6A title to Lake Highland, which I know was heartbreaking. You guys were on the cusp of three-peating. What did you learn? What did you take away from that loss, and how can you improve going into this season? What are you working on?
That loss still hurt me to this day, but just learning that I think this year we need to just be in more shape. I worked on this summer just staying in more shape than usual because I think at the end of the game, by the end of the season, we was just running out of legs. I think we got gassed and we just ran out. And I think this year that won't be the case. We're going to be in shape by the end of the season. We'll still be in beginning season shape, and just staying the course. Like, by the end of the season, we had 1-2 in a row. We got a little cocky. I don't really think that was for sure the reason, but we did get a little cocky. We started questioning our coaching. We got the big head just a little bit, and I think part of that got to us. We started being more lazy on defense and everything. So it's gonna be a totally different situation while my last year for sure.
I'll be honest. I'm impressed that you're able to identify, because most people won't admit it. Oh, we got a little big headed. So no, that's good.
Yeah, we got a little big headed. We can't nobody on that team deny that. We started, that won't be the case, especially with a lot of younger guys that haven't been in this situation, so they have no reason to question the coaching. And me being the leader, I won't do it, so they won't do it. So we'll be better.
So, okay, so if you were to give me just a sneak peek of like, do you guys have returning players coming into this season? What's the team going to look like? Are you guys going to have some freshmen, some young guys that are going to have to step up? What's it going to look like?
I don't think we'll have freshmen, but we'll have a lot of inexperienced dudes. We were very senior heavy, so we're only bringing back 3 starters and 2 dudes that's coming off the bench that haven't got many minutes. So really only 3 experienced players, and everybody else, the other 9 spots, is very unexperienced. JV dudes that's moving up, all of that. So we got to get them ready and lead them.
So what is your current practice regimen like? So do you guys practice? You guys do 2-a-days, or what does it look like?
No, we just practicing 1 time a day from 11 to 1. But we get extra work. I mean, I obviously do extra workouts on the side. We have open gym runs later that night. Some like 3-4 days out the week. So we getting 2-a-days, but for everybody, one practice a day.
1 practice a day. So, okay. So then let's look at, now obviously I mentioned a little bit earlier, but we have, you're about to be a senior, right?
Yes, sir.
So now, you know, we have to look at, you know, what's the next destination, look at the future, the next level. So have you, and this is a question for both you guys, have you guys talked about the type of school? And you don't have to name a specific school. Have you guys talked about what type of school you want to go to? At a state, in-state, mid-major? Like have you guys had those discussions? And do you at least have an idea? Have you identified what type of university you want to go to?
I'll go first. I just want to really go to a school that's that fits my play style. I don't want to go to a school that plays slow. I want to go to a school that, you know, gets up and down, fits my play style. Going in-state or out-state doesn't really matter to me because, I mean, I'll be off on my own anyway, so being in-state or out-state, as long as it's getting paid for, I'm fine. So, you know, and my brother went to school out of state, so that ain't really a problem for us. But I really want to go to a school where it fits my play style and I can play the way I want to play and, you know, have a big integral part on a team to win.
And I think that is important for young guys. I have conversations sometimes with young guys, whether it be basketball or football. You know, they're looking at their next college choice, and you know, Uncle D, I think you can go ahead and be honest about this. A lot of guys just choose a school just because of the name. They say, "Oh, they don't care about what type of scheme they run." They say, "Oh, I want to go to Houston because they was on, you know, they was in the tournament. They was, you know." So, but to actually know how it's going to benefit your skill set and if you can have success there, I think is important. So, I don't know. Are those some conversations that you had with them?
Yeah, there's some conversation we had. I mean, because in today's world of sports, it's totally different than when you was in school or when I was in school. You know, with the portal, there's so many people moving different spots, different places. There's people who, you know, just gung-ho on, hey, I want the biggest bag. They ain't necessarily worried about playing time. There's people who, you know, just in it for, you know, that time. No, but with Kayde, I think with him, I'm just kind of focused on, hey, I want you to be in a good spot that you like it, that you love it, a place that you want to play at. I want coaches around him that can be tough, you know, and I'm saying I'm a football coach that's really, really tough, and I'm tough on him. You know, he's used to it, like he just admitted. You know, coaches that can really, you know, keep pushing him and demand what you want from him. And at the same time, if you're away from me, so you ain't getting that fatherly advice every day, you know, I want coaches that can be like father figures, you know, that, you know, when he have a question or a pickle and can't get in touch with me, that, hey, you know what, you're a good guy and you can help mentor him in a situation, because it really do take a whole family, you know, just like my relationship with you, you know. I'm Uncle D, I was your coach, you know, but at the same time, like you say, father figure. So, you know, sometime in life you need people like that, people that's in your side. And I want all his coaches to be, you know, just like that for him.
Yeah. And look, he's not lying. He got in my ass before, and I'm like, dang, you know. But no, you're right. He's right. That's important, especially, you know, when you're on your own. Because when you go to college, even if it's in state, essentially you're going to be on your own. But yes, that's very important. So, okay, so let me ask you guys this: are you guys taking this thing the long haul? Is it going to be a thing where, you know what, we'll focus on this after my senior season is done, or are you guys actively engaging in that process right now, taking visits and things of that nature?
We're actively engaging in this. I plan on making a decision. Hopefully it goes right, but I plan on making a decision by November for early signing. I don't really want to wait too late. We're going to start some visits probably after this summer after P-Jam. So we're actively in this. I'm trying to make a decision by November.
So you trying to get a
Yeah, I mean the window is like November the 9th through the 15th or 16th, but you really don't want to go into December because the portal opens back up for the college kids.
That's going to take away scholarships.
So, you know, let's go ahead and get ours locked in, where we going to go. And, hey, you know, you don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to focus. Just go play.
I see. So you just mentioned, I'm glad you mentioned, you brought up Peach Jam. All right. So obviously now you're off season and, you know, going to practice and you're training, but talk to me. What tournaments, what camps, what type of events like that do you guys have coming up?
Next weekend I got the TABC. It's a live period. It's one of the biggest events around. I have Peace Jam July 3rd through the 9th, and I have a NCAA camp. I think he can help you on that. But I have a big camp coming up in Memphis, and just a lot of visits after that. As of right now, hopefully I get to top 100 count. But other than that, I don't really have too much. This is last 3 events. A lot of visits.
Yeah, the Peace Jam is, Nike have their circuit where the best teams who had to qualify, they invite the best ones to South Carolina, and they kind of play it out and to see who's the best Nike team on the circuit. What he was talking about, TABC, is actually a great thing the state of Texas started for, the schools. There is no bigger event in terms of colleges showing up. Kids who aren't on the circuit, ain't on like a Nike or Adidas or, Under Armour circuit. When you go to TABC, there is scouts sitting at every gym, every game, and it's the biggest. Like, you imagine if you look around, and I'm saying like his freshman year, you got Kelvin Sampson sitting in there, you got Bill Self sitting in there, you got Coach K, like they're literally all the way around. Coach Beard, you name it. He got invited to the NCAA mega camp where like you put your name in and college coaches kind of vote you in, and whoever gets the most votes kind of a thing. So I don't know if the number's like the top 300 in the country or 400. I'm not really sure on that. But these kids go to Memphis, and they're going to go from July the 24th through the 27th. And you're going to play. It's only Division I coaches can be there to scout. But Division II and Division III coaches can be there to help coach. Like, they split them up into teams, and it's basically, the best of the best with nothing but college coaches there. So kind of eliminating some of the prep schools and all the other stuff. Like, hey, this Division I, we're here to watch this kid, you name it. And that's the month of, July 24th through the 27th.
That's a big exposure opportunity.
Yep, definitely. Got to take advantage of it.
So then let me ask you guys this. Is there ever that, because I'm sure you've gotten offers already, right, being a junior or just finishing your junior year. Is there ever that that confliction with, we got an offer, we got a few offers, maybe to a few quality schools. We can jump on this now, but then there's also the other side where there's still meat left on the bone. So I could possibly get an even bigger offer in the next few months. Is there ever that conflict that goes on?
Yeah, I mean, I do talk to a lot of big schools and that haven't offered yet. So I think if I have a real good showing in Peace Jam and this TABC, I could leave with a lot more offers than I do. Mm-hmm. I am still big on some of the schools that I got because they've been here from the beginning. And, they started with me. I've been talking to them for a while. Mm-hmm. So I really just see how it all plays out.
So I have to ask you this, Uncle D, because I haven't got the opportunity to talk to too many, we call them dadletes, right? The athlete dads, right? What is the process like for you as the parent? Like, what do those conversations look like between you and the universities? Is it, are they just trying to sell the hell out of themselves to you, or, are they trying to appease you, or is it like, what do those conversations look like? I never got a chance to ask this.
Man, you'd be amazed. Some of these coaches, man, they call me and like, we on first name basis. Uh-huh. They really trying to do like questionnaire to kind of find out who we are as parents, as well as, find out about Kayde, mm-hmm. because they do really feel certain situations ain't necessarily good. Like, the kid might be good, but the parent might be bad. All the time. And when they tell you they recruiting the kid as well as the parent, they're not lying to you, I've been at some games and I'm like, man, I know this coach, but they're there just really taking notes on how I act or my wife act or how this other parent they might be looking at, to see if, this parent is going to be a distraction to their program.
Right.
So it's definitely more than what you think. They ain't just recruiting just the kid. They recruiting the parent too. But if anybody really know me, I really don't say much at all. I just sit there and kind of watch the game. I might say play up, D up, something like that. But in terms of like fussing at the refs, don't do it. In terms of fussing at the coach, don't do it because, deep down inside, I always feel like, being a coach, every coach gonna coach the game the way they think it should work or the way they feel that it's gonna be successful. Nobody gonna coach the game. Hey, I'm going in with my D game plan.
Right.
Every coach coaching like, hey, man, this gives me the best chance to win. And so, as a coach, I just kind of let them do their job. I don't ever really want to interfere or say anything because, you know what it takes to win, and you're gonna go with your best game plan.
So basically, your experience as a coach has helped you in this process with your kids because
without a doubt,
because you don't get even though you are emotionally invested, you don't get too emotionally caught up in it.
Right. Because at the end of the day, like I told you, they recruit the parents. So, I'll never get into situations that I think that my son should have this, get more of this, hey, it all works out. The ball swinging around, when he take it, he catch it, he better know what to do with it or get off of it, score it or whatever. That, it's not about my ego, his ego. Hey, man, just go play. Keep the game simple. The same way you roll out a ball to a 4-year-old and say, go play, the same way. I think of it with, high school kids and the EYBL kids, you name it, go play.
Most definitely. So, okay, so how can the fans reach you guys? And is an even more important question, how can they support you, Kayde, moving forward?
I'm big on Instagram. My Instagram is K __ KAYDE. That's how you spell my name. Or you could reach me on Twitter. I am Kayde Dotson. That's the two big social medias that I'm on.
All right. Uncle D, I don't know if you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, the one that they say the old people on. And it's just Kevin Dotson. And on my Instagram, it's by my middle name, Desethian Dotson, and my Twitter is Coach Kevin Dot.
Coach Kevin Dot. So no, good. So you guys, make sure you tap in with him and follow Kayde's journey. Hey, Kayde, I don't know if did Uncle D, I don't know if he told you. He told you I used to hoop?
Nah, he didn't tell me
that. He like, all right, Kenny, don't get on here lying now. Yeah, no, I wasn't a basketball player. I play a little football, but we can dream a little bit. But
yeah, that's what I heard. Football.
So okay, well, I do have to throw this out there. Is there did the football guys still try to recruit you? Did the coach, or have they left you alone?
Oh nah, they leave me alone. I don't talk to any football schools, but I got a couple good football athletes that I'm trying to get to take me on a visit with them.
No, most definitely, it makes sense. So, but no, hey man, like I said, I know I wanted to get a little bit of you guys' time just to kind of get an update, on your career. I know you're busy, you're prepping for your senior season, but it's just really encouraging just to see your progress thus far. I know it's big for you guys as family, but it's so big for just the Beaumont or the entire Golden Triangle, but Beaumont in particular. I want to say I got to see, when I was in school, we had the team went to state and they lost, but just to see that you guys are becoming you're a winning organization right now. You guys are a winning school. Are y'all ranked right
now? Yeah, I think our first year after we won state, we was like top, I think number 21 in the nation, and last year we finished number 15 in the nation. We lost one of the top players in the country, so they might put us on the national ranking until we do something again. But for the last 2 years, we've been ranked top 20 in the country, or top 25 for sure.
It's impressive. So, like I said, Beaumont is, I'm proud of you, and I know Beaumont is proud of you. But outside of that, guys, like I said, I didn't want to take up too much of you guys' time. It was a blessing to have you guys on. I'm gonna stay tapped in, and I might have to catch you. You see, I was careful because I know the college recruitment process. I didn't want to mention no names. I said, man, let me not mess up this man's, his little process. So maybe we can revisit come November, December timeframe, and hopefully by then you made your decision, and we can just talk about what the prospects of college basketball would look like for you. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll definitely tap in with you again.
Most definitely. But like I said, much love to you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kenny, man, my wife told me to tell you, hey, she just walked in.
Tell her I say hello. And then, hey, how you doing? It's good seeing you too. Where's is the little one playing basketball too, or is he latched on to football?
Yeah, he played basketball too. He played a little football as well. Mm-hmm. He keep me busy.
Oh, look, he pulled up on me. He said, "I heard somebody talking about me." Are you going to be the best of the three? Like the Ball brothers, like Melo is the best one. So are you going to be like the Melo?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, just keep me up. I'm gonna follow your career too, and if everything goes well, I have you on, and we can talk about you when you get to the next level as well.
Okay.
All right, man. Yeah, but no, all right, fellas. I will catch up with you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon.
All right, man.
I appreciate you.
Be blessed.
No, be blessed. I appreciate you guys too.
Yes, sir.